Hello everyone, my name is Harshit Reddy. Today I am here to explain block scope in Java. Block scope in Java refers to the area within a set of curly braces where our variables is accessible. Means variables declared within a block are only accessible within that block. Block scope helps in managing variables visibility and preventing naming conflicts. Means the block scope is denoted with the help of curly braces and within the curly braces or a block are only accessible within that block. Example, in commonly, the block scope is within and if statements or in loop. It is used mainly in if statement or looping statements. Variables declared within the if block and only accessible within that if block. It helps in keeping the code organized and prevents unintended side effects. And it helps to manage the code. The benefits of block scope. It helps in limiting the visibility of variables to only where they are needed and also prevents accidental modifications of variable outside their intended scope and also helps in reducing naming conflicts and improving code readability. We can declaration of block scope. The block scope will declare by using curly braces. Means variable can be declared within any block of code enclosed in curly braces. These variables are only accessible within the block where they are declared. Block scope allows for reuse of variable names in different blocks within the configs. Let us take an example of a program here, then you can clearly know how block scope works. Here, let us see in the program. Class name, block scope, string. Variable has been declared outside the block x equals to 5. Here print statement. And here y is declared has 10. Again, the print statement has been declared. Accessing variable x inside the block. Here printing the value of y inside the block. Another step, variable x is out of scope. Here can be accessed. Here variable x is still accessible outside the block. Let us see the output of the code. See, outside the block x equals to 5. Inside the block y equals to 10. And inside the block x equals to 5. Outside the block x equals to 5. Here, as you see in the program, variable x is declared outside the block, both inside and outside the block. Variable y is declared inside the block and it is only accessible within the block. Once the block ends, y goes out of the scope and only attempts to access its outside of the block results. It causes compilation error. And let us see in the output. In the output, x equals to 5 has been printed before entering the block. It shows the value of x outside the block and y equals to 0. Printed inside the block, it shows the value y declared within the block. And also printed inside the block, it shows x declared outside the block is accessible within the block. Here, x can be declared inside the box and outside the block, but y cannot be declared inside the block. And here x equals to y printed out using the block, it shows x is still accessible outside the block. Here X can be accessible inside and outside, but Y cannot be declared inside and outside the block. As you go, this is a declaration variable in block scope. Let us know some more about block scope. Here there are some type of block scope like nested block scope. The nested block scope helps within other block scope. Variable declare is an outer block or accessible in inner block, but not vice versa. This allows from hierarchical organization of variable based on their scope. And there is another block scope called shadowing. Shadowing occurs when a variable in an inner block has the same name as a variable in outer block. The both the names if same, then the shadowing in block scope occurs. The inner variable shadows and the outer variable within its scope. Care should be taken to avoid confusion when using shadowed variables. There are some limitations of block scope. Variable declared in the block are only accessible within that block and its nested block. X in block scope, accessing a variable outside its scope will result in compilation error. Block scope does not provide accessible control mechanism like private or protected variables. Here, compared to block scope in Java versus other languages. Block scope in Java is similar to other languages like C and C++. In other language also, there are concepts like block scope. Example, C and C++. Languages like JavaScript also have block scope, but it's some different in variable declaration compared to other languages. Understanding block scope in Java can help in translating to other programming languages. It, this is the final conclusion of block scope. The block scope in Java is a powerful feature for managing variables visibility and preventing naming conflict. It plays a major role in the Java language, which has a best features like managing variables. By limiting the scope of variables to specific blocks of code, block code promotes code organization and availability. The managing of program can be easily helpful by using block code. Understanding and using block scope efficiently can lead to more maintainable and bug-free Java code, which is more important for a programmer. Thank you.